Early tonight. Got a bunch of stuff to talk about before Jeff comes on. I gotta. I was laying around last night and thought about something that I'm going to talk to Leslie about for next year. I'll talk about it in a minute. It just came to me. It just came to me, and I did not get this idea from anybody else. That seems to be which the way shit's ran nowadays. Oh, creatine, guys, right here. Creatine, 10 grams of creatine. Yes. If you're over the age of 50, you need to up your creatine. Do some research on it. Find out why. Creatine, I've been taking creatine since I was 29 years old. I have not laid off of it that much. I took breaks every once in a while, but that was just because of convenience. I could. I was hurt or something. I recently just started, because all the data, all the papers that came out on it, I started taking a lot more, up to 15 grams of creatine. If you guys get on YouTube, which everybody should be a part of YouTube, get a lot of information off of YouTube and just push in creatine for seniors and read what they have to say about it. But I'm steering you in that direction is basically what I'm doing. There's some other stuff I'm going to talk about here in a minute. Something that I know. Ouch. We hit today, so my wrist is a little crackly. If you play softball and you're watching this, you're a senior, you play softball, you have some kind of inflammation. The ideas that I'm going to give you tonight are things that I want you to do research on, okay, will help you in the future, especially the older guys. You need to look into, before I get started, I'm just rambling right now. Guys need to look into what inflammatory beef is, how much of an inflammatory beef is. Beef you get from the store. Now, I kind of heard this years ago from somebody, and I was kind of like, I blew it off until recently. Within the last 8 months, I've gotten really in tune with my body. I've cut my diet down. I've lost 21 pounds. I talked to Murray about it today. I've lost 21 pounds, gained a lot of strength in the gym every time. I never rest, guys. That's another thing, too. I don't take, like a lot of people back in the day, would take, like right after Worlds at the end of the year, they'd take some time off. I don't do that anymore. I did it, yeah, but I found out that it was harder to get back to where I was as you get older. So what I did was right after Vegas, we got back from Vegas. Even in Vegas, me and Todd Cox, shout out to Todd. Me and Todd, he would join a gym when we were in Vegas, and he'd go work out. We didn't work out together because of just time schedule. He goes to bed very early. I don't go to bed that early. I stay up I'm a night owl, so I stay up pretty late at night. Up at 7 in the morning too, so I get going in the morning. I don't get much sleep. But we hit the gym, me and Todd, in Vegas, and then when I got back, I hit it really hard. I've changed up some exercises that I've done. I'll share that with you too whenever I get to Savannah. We just got a lot of stuff going on here right now. Getting ready for the move. Trade my truck in. Looking at another vehicle that will actually help us in Savannah. But definitely what I want to give you guys tonight is a few ideas on, just do some research on. Google it, or you can do YouTube. I like watching. I'm more visual than anything else. I like hearing people on podcasts. I can sit there for an hour with my earbuds in, and I can just not bother anybody. I can just listen to what they have to say and get a lot of information. But I check everything, the pros and cons of all the stuff I'm going to talk to you about tonight. Beef, guys. Beef is an inflammatory. Beef is an inflammatory with me. I found out that if I consume a steak, or if I consume beef jerky, not axis meat, not venison, not wild stuff, I found out that I lock up. My back kills me. My joints just flaring up on me. I have brain fog. It takes about 24 hours for me to back off and not consume any kind of beef. But I found out that, Baker 3 Ranch has Black Angus. So what me and my son do there is we get, I'll split a Black Angus with him, and we'll get a steer cut. Somebody is not paying attention, I guess. And I found out that I can handle that beef better than I can handle the store-bought beef at the meat plant. It's just a lot better for you. They don't do a lot. I see what they do when at the Baker 3 Ranch. It's a 21,000 acre Black Angus ranch. I know what they feed those animals. They're not grain fed. They're actually free ranging Black Angus. There is things that they have to do to have that free range staple tag on them. So they have great beef, Baker 3 from the Baker 3 Ranch. So I kind of test all these things. These are the things that I've tested. Everything that I'm going to talk to you about tonight, I've tested. I'm on a different kind of thing right now for energy to pick me up, brain fog. I'll talk about that in a minute too. But what I was getting back to is I'm going to give you guys some ideas. Just do some research on them. Just do research. I heard the beef thing a while back. It's the enzymes that's in beef that your body it inflames you. I've been doing something in the mornings when I hit that has been a great benefit for me, and I think it would help a lot of seniors out there. I'll talk about that in a minute. Let me get to the intro. We got a 50 cage, 7 minutes, and got 50 people already climbing. And I owe that. This is one of the biggest senior podcasts out there, and I owe that to you guys. A lot of the reps are joining in and watching. I owe that to you. Y'all guys want all the information, even when it comes to health and nutrition. Even if you don't swing short porch, I'd like for you guys to tune in. All the seniors to tune in to talk about good things for you. I was reading some stuff today about hormone replacement therapy for menopausal women. All my ladies out there need to look into that from your urologist or your doctor. If you are post menopausal, you're getting all the symptoms from that. You might look into hormone replacement therapy. And I've done some research in that. I'm not trying to get out of my lane like a lot of the ladies would say out there. I'm just telling you this is information you guys need to look into. If you are menopausal, a lot of the seniors out there, the senior ladies out there, I think it would benefit a lot of the ladies out there to stay with softball. Because here's the deal. I talked about this today with Murray. If you guys are suffering back from an injury, there's one guy that actually had knee replacement surgery lately, Johnny Bailey. And he is telling you, he was showing you guys, and I'm glad he's doing this, because this is what you need to do if you have any kind of surgery to your body. I'm going to go a little further into it than what Johnny does, but him getting back into therapy, you have to do therapy if you got any kind of hip replacement, knee replacement. If you get locked up and it's going to be worse, you're never going to come back. I think any kind of hip injury as you get older, any kind of breaking of the leg, or for one, you need to prepare for that. You need to your bone density needs to raise. There's a lot of things that helps men and women with bone density is hormone replacement therapy. Look it up, guys. I'm just giving you a little pathway to look into this shit. I'm not going to sit here. Guys, I'm not a doctor. I didn't go to medical school. What I do is I listen and I read a lot. I hear different people talking. I have a son-in-law that's a doctor, and me and him go at it, and we don't agree to a lot of things, but at least he listens to me and I listen to him, and we'll go back and forth. So I know a lot of sports medicine doctors, because my wife was in that career field with the San Antonio Spurs for years. So I would sit down and talk to those guys. Let me get into the intro before I start rambling about all that stuff. YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, guys. If you are going to be, here's the deal. If you're going to be a rep for us, we already have our limit of factory hitters or pro hitters. You need to be on social media. You've got to get a YouTube channel. You've got to get a Facebook. You've got to get a group in that Facebook page too. That's not for everybody, but you got to get a TikTok. I'm not saying everybody likes TikTok, especially when you get into those seniors. Y'all don't like TikTok, and I understand that. But Instagram, that's another one too. I'm fighting to get my Instagram page back to where it was. Well, I think it was at 2000 when it got hacked and put up for ransom. I did not pay the ransom. $100, guys, really $100 to get that page back. It was the point of it too. What else are they going to ask for if I gave them the 100? So I just closed it. Well, actually, it was closed, and I started another one. And I'm not going to bend the knee to that shit. I'm used to starting over again. Started over all my life. So definitely videos. You guys too, man. If you guys are first time watching, I know we're going to have a lot of people on tonight. You guys first time watching, if you're a rep, if you want to be a rep, talk to, here's the way to get in. I get this question a lot is they want to be a rep for Short Porch. Well, the way to get in to be a rep, you got to tell us where you're from. So if we have a lot of people that are reps in that state, then we won't. We already have full, right? I think Texas, the reps in Texas, I think we got quite a bit. I think I'm looking into one Cecil in San Antonio because I don't think we have a older senior rep. We have a young senior rep in San Antonio. We don't have that older group. So I'm looking. I've known Cecil for a while. And he has like 6 teams. He travels a lot. He does social media quite a bit. He's in that 70, 65, 70 mark. I joke with him about the 70 mark. But you guys got to get on social media. If you want any kind of knowledge on the up-to-date stuff, you want to know about Short Porch, you want to know how we do weight distribution. That's another thing I'm getting right now is how do I weigh my bats? How do I do my weight distribution? I'm putting a video up tonight after I get done here on how to do that weight distribution. I did that video a long time ago on our senior softball bat reviews and pretty much explains how I do it, how to put the bat on the scale. You don't want to tip it too high. You want to tip it too low because if it hits that end, it's going to reading is up to 9/10 or 1 ounce difference when it comes to that scale. So basically I use a bat tape, but that's my scale. My scale is like a lot thicker. I've seen the ones out there that are a lot smaller. So you got to use, tilt it. It's got to be level to get a good reading. And I would bat your favorite bat out there. I don't care who you are, right? Your favorite bat out there, you need to do weight distribution numbers on it, and that is your number. It's not going to change, unless you get really weak as you get older. You might go to a little less hand weight. Don't go to a little less hand weight. Us seniors as we get older. I'm talking about the kids, the 40, 45, 50-year-olds. You want to change the end weight, not the hand weight. That's something. So you got to know your weight distribution numbers. Mine have not changed guys. They were actually 17.4 at one time. That's when I was younger, about 6-7 years ago. They're up to a 16.8, 16.9, 17. I can go, right? I'm having back trouble, which is actually getting a lot better. And I'll talk about that in a minute. So that's definitely, I'm going to put a video up on it on Facebook and YouTube. I'm going to redo it, kind of put it up there and publish it. That way you guys can see it. Weight distribution on all across the board, all of our reps need to know how to do weight distribution numbers. Short Porch Cutting Edge, you get a lot of information from there. I'm arguing with those people because whenever you do get on there, it says this channel has been compromised and it could steal your credit card information. No, and I pay pretty good money for that shit. And then they want me to pay an extra $250 to get that line secure. I don't need the line secure. I don't run credit cards through that. I have I have where you can go through there and go to Short Porch website, but this is, you know, Short Porch baseball company, but this is Short Porch Cutting Edge. So all you guys, I got on there today with no problem with my phone, but if you guys get on there, you'll have this little warning. And if you can click right at the bottom where it says click here, if you click here, they'll take you right into the channel, you know, so don't get paranoid because it says it's going to steal your credit card information. It's not. You don't put in credit card information in that Short Porch Cutting Edge. It has a lot of information on there about weight distribution on a lot of the bats. It has not been updated in a while because I'm going to Savannah, and that's going to be totally different. A lot of that information that you see on there, a lot of the reviews are going to be on Short Porch Baseball Company. So I'll be able to do that really quick in Savannah. So definitely, you guys wait for that. So another thing too is seniors out there. It's that time of year. You're going to sit there and get. You're going to start eating a lot now. I would recommend not to eat a lot right now, and I know that's hard because it's the Christmas holidays, and Merry Christmas from us, from Short Porch to you guys out there right now. I might do a podcast on Christmas Day because on Christmas Day we really don't do anything. On Christmas Eve we do everything here twice. Christmas Eve night. And then basically Christmas Day is, you know, we don't open presents in the morning on Christmas Day like a lot of others. Just a big family that comes over and does everything on Christmas Eve. So I want to wish you guys a Merry Christmas. And as you can tell, I'm not looking at the comment sections because I'm not doing these squirrel moments. Stay active. Stay active, guys. It is so hard to come back. You know, even if you have an injury, I was talking a minute about Johnny Bailey. He puts out almost every other day a video about him training to come back from knee replacement surgery. And he is one of those guys that that you need to listen to. You need to watch the way he does it because he is telling everybody. He does these little challenges every month about seniors. He's probably one of the only 1 out of 3 seniors out there that is doing it. And challenging everybody to do push-ups, challenging everybody to do pull-ups, everybody to do weightlifting and stuff like that, because us seniors have to lift weights. You have to lift. I cannot tell you guys enough. You have to do resistance training, not a lot of weight either. I don't train with a lot of weight. I really don't. I don't get on that bench and pump up 315 pounds. I do not do that. I haven't touched 315 pounds in a while. I do percentages basically for an off season. I do up to 60% of my max. A daily season, I do 40% of my max, and on anything, right? So on my run 1 rep max, a lot of loose cement stuff. Me and Brandon Murray talked about the other day because he knows that Lou Simmons has a different routine. I am a firm believer in how Lou Simmons, because he does explosive movements, the West Side Barbell Club. Everything's explosive to him. I do that. Everything's explosive. I don't move the weight as fast as I can from point A to point B. So, guys, you got to do, even walking around the block, getting ready for the season, hitting off a tee, just little things that you have to do to stay active, you know. And here's the deal. I don't care if you take naps. I really don't. You know, hour nap a day, 45 minutes nap a day. Sometimes I need a nap. 15 minutes, I take a nap, and I feel so refreshed when I get up out of it. It just feels good, especially I've been hitting balls in the morning. I was up late cutting up video. You know, I'll take a little bit of a nap. That's not a problem. Somebody asked, how do seniors prevent, what can seniors do to prevent injuries? Here's what happens. There's a few things that seniors need to do to prevent injuries in senior ball. For one, you have to be active. Like I'm talking about, you got to be active. You got to be you got to take your supplements. You got to take, you know, helps with bone density. You know, what kills tendons and ruptures tendons and ruptures is you're not active. So you're trying to take something and do an explosive movement, like say running out of the box, but you don't train your legs. You're going to tear stuff because those tendons and those muscles are weak. So you get muscle tears and tendon tears, you know. That's one thing. Hormone replacement therapy is the best thing you can do to get you to that level where you can actually get up there and walk. You'll start getting muscle. One thing that happens with men and seniors as they get older, they have muscle wasting disease. What causes muscle wasting disease is low hormone levels, gentlemen. You can't build muscle. You can't retain muscle if you don't have testosterone. And I know a lot of you guys are going, oh, testosterone, guys. I was talking about testosterone for 15 years ago, and it was frowned upon then. A lot of seniors now are looking at it like, wow, I could get my quality of life back, right? No more brain fog, no more pulling muscles, tearing quads, anything like that. I tore my left quad twice before hormone replacement therapy. And I found out that I'm a lot stronger. The muscle can help, the muscle can stay. It's not weak anymore, and it was running when I did it. So definitely, guys, if you want to keep from getting injuries, don't stop and create atrophy in your body when you're not moving, because that's the one thing. You got to stay active. Everybody's got to stay active, even if it's going out dancing. One thing that we do, me and my wife, we go out dancing every other weekend, even if it's doing that, dance around the dance floor. You're doing something, you got to stay active. You got to stay active if you're going to have any kind of success playing any kind of, it doesn't matter, pickleball, it doesn't matter. You got to, even guys, if you're playing pickleball in the off season, you got to stay active. You got to get out there. Hormone replacement therapy helps out. Growth hormone, human growth hormone, because usually when you're low on testosterone, you're low on human growth hormone. That's a different kind of monster there, guys. I would start off with testosterone. And if you guys want to go into the human growth hormone, I've got wealth of knowledge in human growth hormone. So if you guys got any questions about that, you can give me a call and let me know. Text me, don't call me. Text me. Very seldom do I pick up the phone because I'm always doing something. So definitely, there's a couple of things. Chef said something, and I'm kind of go through a lot of this stuff. Jeff, don't even try to get on anytime within 30 minutes. This is going to be pretty long here. Chef said something the other day, and what it had, and it was pretty funny, and it was true, right? When people are on these, I have a page out there, Senior Softball Bat Reviews, Senior Softball Buy, Sell, and Trade. Go join it. It's a group. It's a page. It's not a page. It's a group, right? I let anybody sell bats on there. Patty Albright, congratulations, Patty, on getting your bat from Suncoast. But Patty Albright actually is one of the she monitors that page for people who scam. But anybody can get on there and buy and sell and whatever you have. But what we've turned into, and Chef brought that to a lot of people's attention yesterday, was we've turned into like a bat fax. You know how you got Carfax, a bat fax. You got it. People aren't just going to buy anymore, because this is across the board where a lot of people are gaining knowledge about bats. They don't want to buy a bat that's at 130, 140 compression, and they're trading a bat in when yours are 180 compression, and they're trying to look for a softer barrel. Well, that might 120, 130 might be a little bit too soft, So I there's got to be something that, because you don't want to be screwed when it comes to that. So there's, the chef had said, Marcus had said, don't you wish they had like a bat fax? So like, you could find out the history of this bat, who swung it before they tried trading it. Was it a guy with 100-mile-an-hour bat speed, or was a senior that 75 that he just didn't like the bat, or bat wouldn't flex for him? So that's an easy sell, right? So it's almost like you got to know the background of the person. What division did you play? Did you play AA? Did you play AAA? Did you play? This is what it's turned into when a lot of people are talking about buying and selling bats, because I've seen the price you guys are charging for them bats. They're pretty expensive. Okay, OG Dudleys, right? Who knows whose hands that bat has been in? But these guys out there, not everybody, but these guys out there go, oh shit, these bats are selling for $600, $700. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of it, and I'm going to sell it. Well, we don't know the history of that bat. I need to get a lot of this stuff down there. We don't know the history of that bat. Who's selling it? Is a 40, 45-year-old guy that smashes, another 45-year-old guy don't want that bat, and now an older guy would want that bat. That's how come it benefits people and it doesn't benefit people. There is something that I thought about last night, and I'm going to go ahead and tell you guys this, because what we've turned into is I gotta do this, man. I gotta do this. I was laying around last night and I came up with this idea, right? Nobody told me this idea. I just came up with it. So I'm sitting there, and then it just came to me, right? And that's usually how a lot of these ideas come to me. I was just laying there to come up to you, and I knew I had to talk to Leslie today. And I had to know what I wanted to. There was this thing that I think would fly. Nobody gave me this information. There's something that I think would, because Short Porch is always inventing shit, right? There's always, pushing that envelope, pushing that next thing out there, right? So I came up with this idea yesterday about batting helmets made out of Kevlar. And then it dawned on me where maybe we can do shin guards made out of Kevlar, right? I didn't get this idea from nobody. So don't be saying that you got that idea from me. I'm gonna call you a liar, right? Because I had this idea when I was taking a nap yesterday. I'm going to talk to Leslie about having Kevlar helmets for pitchers, right? Because a lot of these ladies out there, they think that they're safe by wearing a face mask if they pitch, and their husbands are real concerned about them, so they're trying to get them to go to a helmet, and just little things like that, So I came up with this idea about, for a lot of people, and would it be badass if you had a badass helmet, like a lacrosse helmet, and it was the black with the Kevlar into the, and then you can put it any design you want. And I thought about this too, is you could put Boss Lady on the back, right? Because the way to get the girls to wear the helmet is you put Boss Lady on the back. So if you put Boss Lady on these helmets, I think the husbands would be more satisfied with their wife going out there with kids and pitching. So I came up with that idea yesterday. I hope it flies. I'm going to run it by Leslie, and we might be in the helmet business in another 6 months to 8 months. Shin guards too. Wouldn't it be badass you walk out there with shin guards, Kevlar color? Wouldn't it be badass if y'all guys did that? So I thought about that, right? Nobody else did. Carson. That, guys, that is all bullshit, right? Because it came up on a podcast last night with Rachel Good. And you know what? I was watching that podcast, and that was a great effing idea. And I am going to run that by Leslie, because they were saying Leslie can develop this. I was just joking around with you guys. But yeah, wouldn't it be, I'm pushing for this. I don't know how soon we can, but we have the resources. We have the material, because that's what Carson said last night. We have the material to do it. It's our material. Why wouldn't we get into that in the future? I'm not talking about anytime soon, Jeff, so settle down. Because we're working on a lot of shit right now. I know Jeff's over there waiting to come on, going, shit, something else we got to do now for next year. So definitely, we're going to be looking into that, guys, 100%. And we will get her a personalized helmet with Boss Lady on the back of it, 100%, because she's the boss of you. I can tell already. I watched that podcast. It's either walk by. She is the boss of you both. And put Boss Lady on the back of it. So definitely, it's their idea. It's not mine. I'm joking with that, but it's their idea. So that was I listened to it, and I'm like, ding, little light bulb. I said, Dad, that's a whole different avenue that I would like for Short Porch to go. Not only with a lot of stuff we're doing now, but and that's in the future, guys. That's something that's probably won't happen in the next 6 months, but we're looking into it. So because of that podcast last night with Rachel, it kind of throws ideas out there, and I thought that was a damn good idea. Thank you, Carson. Guys, there is some stuff that I'm taking. That I've tried out, and I think it works. I really do, a little bit. I hate energy drinks. I really do. I hate things that that give me the shakes. I started taking this a few times. I take it in the mornings before I go hit. It helps me get focused, helps me lock in. Ketone IQ, that's it right there. I found this stuff out by watching some podcasts and these people taking it. So you know what? It's a little expensive. It's a little expensive, but I want to try stuff out because I like being clear when I'm talking. Like right now, I'm on it right now, and I want to be locked in whenever I go to hit. And as seniors, we tend to drift a little bit. as we get older. And I think that has a lot to do with memory fog and brain fog and stuff like that. So I want to stay locked in, especially as a pitcher, or maybe start pitching next year. I do want to play 65s next year when I get up to Savannah, Georgia. So I've been a couple of people asked me, to play, but I'm going to see how it goes when I get there. David Sumner, he had asked me to play on their team, which is a traveling team. I want to get back into it and play again after Bob says I don't play anymore. Bob Downs, thank you, sir. Got me motivated, and I've been working out too. The shoulder's better. It hurts every once in a while when I was at the ranch and I was pulling deer up inside of a side by side. I mean, it does hurt me for a couple of days, but it's as strong as it was. I'm hitting the ball better thanks to the overlap grip. You guys seen video of me lately? I'm killing it, and it has a lot to do with a few things. A lot to do with what I'm doing to my body in the gym, what I'm eating and putting into my body, and triple threat, BPC 157, TB 500, and VPC, I think it is. But here's what I do with that. And there's kind of regiment, and I've been testing this on myself, and there's kind of a little regiment that I do. Every morning before I hit, I take a shot, right? And it's not intramuscular, transdermal. It's underneath the skin and the fat of the skin. And I go out there, and what it does for me, guys, and it does this for me every day, but definitely before I hit, what that does for me is it keeps me, because I have an inflammation problem, right? So it keeps me from being tied up. If you guys see, I'm swinging the bat better than I've ever swung the bat. And I talked to Murray about this today. It's been 6-7 years that I've swung the bat as good as I do now. And it has a lot to do with what I'm doing to my body. Right? I've dropped 20 pounds, which actually helps, but I was feeling that way before I dropped the money when I was dropped the weight before I was on BPC 157. And I feel more loose. I feel strong, but I feel more loose when I take the injection in the morning. And what it does is it goes after a lot. Guys, I'm giving you information. I'm not going to talk about all this shit. I'm giving you guys information that you need to look into. And I'm thinking on Christmas Day podcast, I'm going to talk a little bit more deeper into this stuff too, because I am taking a copper peptide too, which actually is amazing and helps with the inflammatory. It's anti-inflammatory. And the BPC 157 is amazing in the injectable, not the nose spray, not the oral. The injection, it works a lot better than the oral one because a lot of it gets put into your body. And I do that in the mornings before I go hit. Copper peptide, I do that too. I'll talk more about that later. So we are doing these next few times we hit, we're doing sneak peeks and I'm going to do this throughout the year. I'm not going to talk about them. And it's so funny. We do sneak peeks at New Tech. We get out there, and we hit a new bat today because we are research development. And we hit a new bat today. We report bats back to Jeff on how it felt, what we thought about weight distribution, if anything needed to be done. That bat today didn't need anything done to it. That bat today is hot. But this is just something that we've done in the past, guys. I used to do it for other companies too. I'm not going to talk about who I did it for. And I used to do it for other companies too. So the one thing that I will not give up, and a lot of you guys asked me today is privately, ask me what weight distribution numbers they are. What's the barrel flex? What's the hand? We're not going to do that. That's in the vault. That doesn't come out. A lot of you guys are asking me too is y'all need sneak peeks. Y'all want sneak peeks of the bat that's coming out next month. We don't do that either. You're the same guy. You're the same guy. Christmas is coming up. You're the same guy that wants to open your present before Christmas. You're that same guy. I already picked you out, man. You're that same kid that wants to look at shit before it ever gets here. We're going to put it out. We're not going to give you any kind of sneak peeks at anything, any kind of weight distribution numbers. Jeff will talk about it a little bit tonight, but we're not going to do that. We're not going to give you guys. My phone was burning up today and last week about Jeff will mention a bat. Can I get a sneak peek at it? No. When it gets here, you guys, we put it out, we launch it. It's going, and it usually goes fast too. So we're not going to do that. Another thing too, guys, is I don't sell bats. I really don't. I do not sell. A lot of you guys asking me, I want to buy this bat. I don't sell bats. You need to get a hold of shortporchbaseballcompany.com and you get your bats from there. You can order them. Right. What bats are discontinued? What bats that get on the website. You'll be a lot more faster if you just push in shortporchbaseballcompany.com, and you can get on there. You can see what bats sold out, what bats are available. Because it's hard for me or Cage. Like me and Cage were at the ranch, and it's hard for us to get up there and look and see what's out. So Rachel, really? That was funny though. That was funny. Just make it clear, I wasn't the one who talked about the Kevlar helmets from Short Porch for pitchers. I wasn't the one. It was actually Rachel, and it was Carson that she had on last night. So another thing too is creatine. Guys, right now, get on creatine. Everybody out there should be on creatine. I'm going to talk a little bit more about all that stuff in the next few days. But guys, I don't sell bats. I cannot get you a bat. There's no way. Everything's got to go through a chain that's here. The one thing, spikes and mock-ups. Christmas, you're the guy. I'm just reading up because I got a squirrel moment right there because of Rachel. Thank you very much, Rachel. So basically, what you guys are is you're that guy that wants to open a present before Christmas. Wait till Christmas. That's all I can tell you is wait till Christmas. Everybody, all of our people need to get on social media. I tell you what, I'm not saying that because it's not happening. I'm not sitting up here and getting on you, a lot of you guys, from not doing that. Everybody is flooding the market with social media. I wouldn't say everybody, but there's a ton of social media about Short Porch. You guys getting out there and hitting it. And I think that's great that you guys are doing that, because it gives everybody a different perspective of the average player that is hitting our product, because that's what it's all about. The day, in my opinion, I think the day of the pro hitters that are representing the brand, I think those are gone. I thought they were gone for a long time. And what we're seeing with what Short Porch is doing is a lot of the AA, AAA, a lot of the average players are out there and they sell product. They sell product because a lot of people are going, well, I'm not as big as him. Hell, I'm not as big. I'm 5'9". I'm not as big as those guys. So why would I swing what they swing in? Because we fit people, So what our ideas are is that if we get a lot of our social media group, we'll call them minions back in the day, my guys, but get a lot of those guys out there showing what they're doing that haven't played for years. Me and Jeff talked about this the other day. If you're starting up senior ball, and if you're not 40, 45, maybe if you're 50 and you're starting senior ball, grab you a blackout OG. That'd be the first bat that I would try, because that bat is hot. That'll get you a little interested, because you're not going to shit on them. If you're coming back from an injury, grab, because you're not going to be as tuned in. You're not going to be as strong as you were before you had the surgery or had the injury or had the pull. So grab a blackout OG, DDT OG. So those are the couple of bats, because they're very high tech, high performing. Barrels is geared more toward that slower bat speed. Anybody come back from injury, your bat speed is going to be slow anyway. That injury has created atrophy. It takes a long time to get it. I've had surgeries on my ankles, and I know it takes a long time for that to come back. 6 months. Me come back from that being 100% in 6 months from Achilles tendon tear, a rupture, not a tear. It was a rupture. So I'm going to be talking more in the next couple of days, and I think I'm going to do it on Christmas Day about BPC 157. I'm going to talk about that when Jeff gets on here. There is, I got some great news this morning, guys. On this is amazing stuff. You guys know who this guy is, and I'm not going to say his name because I haven't talked to him about saying his name tonight. And he called this morning. He talked to me for a while, and I'm going to do some when I get to Savannah, Georgia next year. I've already talked to him about doing a lot of video together. This is probably one of the biggest um, person that trains a lot of seniors out there. Um, and he wants to collaborate with me for next year and just do a lot of video, talk about Short Porch. He is no longer with the back company that it used to be with. And he does a lot of training videos. He's probably one of the top vocal training. He talks to a lot of the pros. He's at a lot of the softball, senior softball magazine, a lot of the, a lot of the clinics. He's at a lot of those. Woodlawn and Hitting Club. I do want to get with David. I like David. I love David. He's a badass. David knows his shit. I sat there and talked to David when I was part of Senior Softball Bat Reviews. I sat there and talked to David for a long time eating breakfast there, and the guy knows his tech. He's been around the game for a long time, and he's supporting a lot of the seniors there. When they do that that Tuesday and that Thursday morning, I showed up one morning to go hit with him, but definitely going to collaborate with Ken for next year, and yeah, he wants to get together, and I told him I'm ready. I'm ready for it. I do really want to do a lot of demo days next year. There's a couple other things that, if it fits into the schedule, that me and Todd will be doing for next year. And look at you with your arms closed, like come on, get on.
What in the world?
Enough already. That's funny, man. That's funny.
What is going on, my man?
Not too much, man. And you can tell that I wasn't looking at chat, but I do see a lot of people on here about the chat, and I kind of wanted to. I'm not gonna get it. I'm gonna get it out there, but I don't want to look at that shit because I started talking about Rachel's.
Yeah, I was
was
watching on YouTube. I wasn't on Facebook, so I didn't see much of the chats going on.
Yeah.
I did pop on there, and I will say, a year ago we made helmets, Kevlar helmets already. I guess that wasn't something you were privy to information to, but it wasn't softball, slow pitch softball helmets like y'all are talking about, or shin guards. It was youth and high school, and the helmets the kids wear.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was something we developed a year ago, and of course we're just now about to get into the bats. So that the whole idea with that is, as we gain the customers, then we would have the helmets for the kids, because all of them have to wear helmets.
Yeah.
All of the millions of youth players have to wear helmets, and what a safer material to make it out of than Kevlar. So we that is something that's already been done. And like I said, there's just so much more. It's such a bigger market and need for the kids who every player wears a helmet.
But if that happens, because we are going into that baseball market and that fast pitch market.
Yeah, right
so
now
that would be
right.
would be a demand for us that we
Absolutely
could put in there with the pitching helmets. And it would
we could obviously just transfer over that into the pitching helmet. It's something we did. Like I said, it was after we started using the Kevlar bats a few months, and as we just didn't in 2025, obviously we didn't get into fast pitch in baseball at that time. We were still hoping that we would launch in baseball or fast pitch last year. As we know, that didn't happen, so we hadn't gotten that far into the youth helmets. But yeah, they were developed. It was pretty cool stuff, and you're dead on. Kevlar is a great material for the batting helmets, and we look forward to getting into baseball, as right now we're just weeks away from getting into our BB Core baseball bat line, and we will be launching fast pitch and youth baseball bats. And as of today, we may be just a few months away from launching youth baseball bats also. So
I can't wait. I seen the schedule today, and we do work on a schedule, guys, where nothing gets in front of the line, nothing gets in back. It's scheduled, everything that comes out like clockwork. And we got to schedule out Dave to everybody, all the people that work for Short Porch, and we got that schedule. And I was excited. I was reading through that thing. I'm like, okay, this is when this is coming up. and it's when that's coming up. But the deal about it is we're going to broaden, and I think this is coming in the next 6 months to a year because of all the avenues that we're going, all the different pathways that we're going. We're going to broaden a lot of things, and I hope it gets to that point where we're going to have to get another building. So that's how much I wanted to grow within the next year and a half, 2 years.
Yeah, I'm sitting here now, and actually, this is under construction. Our little area right here that I've always done the podcast is going to be Dave's office, actually. So there's walls all around me. Sean's been building. He's been doing a phenomenal job. Christian did some of the electrical. Man, that Sean, he can do anything. That guy's one handy joker to have around. So he does a lot for us, and we can't thank him enough. What a great dude. But yeah, so we're adding offices on here. Obviously, we're just finishing construction at our manufacturing site. Just construction going on in 2 places. A lot of different moving parts right now with the fast pitch, with the baseball. I'm not gonna lie, I've never been seeing things as busy as they are right now.
Yeah.
It's insane. But like I always say, exciting times to be a short porch, right? Exciting time.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I hear everything that's going every day. People are contacting me, and then talking to you this morning too about different things. So what we were hitting today. I mean, it's just different. That's the enjoyment that I get. That I get to hit new product that's come
Yeah.
out and just give my 2 cents in for it.
When you're talking about next year's Vegas bat release or our January releases, people I know somebody mentioned on YouTube, and we hadn't really talked a lot about your bat release. That is, it's the bat's already done. Your the 2026 Dave Velasquez signature. We hadn't even talked about it hardly with everything going on, and the bats are finished, and we're just really really close to the launch of that bat. It's an exceptional bat, with some slight changes to your 2025 model
Yeah.
for the better. As we made some changes from everything we loved about that bat. One of 2025's greatest bats, bat we love. It is imminent coming out, and the some of it, we just had so much going on. I know you and I hadn't talked about it a lot.
Yeah, I've been doing all the guiding and stuff. So really, we getting set down and brainstorm. We talked for a while when I was up there, but
Yeah.
not really because I knew right when I got back, this shit was going to just take off, and we just start talking about bats all the way up to beginning of February. By that time,
Yeah, absolutely.
and then we'll be talking about them when I'm there, like doing the studio kind of podcast that we're going to be doing.
Yeah,
So
so when Sean gets this finished, we're going to be working on the studio for the podcast. We talked a little bit about that yesterday, and the equipment and all that's going to be on you to get the best equipment in there. It's not nothing I'm going to personally look at.
yeah,
But we will get all that stuff set up. Maybe even before you get here, you can figure out which equipment we need to go in there before you get here. But all this is just weeks away from happening, as we have a lot going on. But the Dave Velasquez 2026 DDT, it's incredible. It's one of the loudest bats I've ever heard, and exit velocity, distance. I mean, guys, you know, we can't wait. The
we're
the the U-trip market has just blown up so much for us. We can't get away from it right now. The U-trip USA market is crazy.
I think by April, that thing is just going to get twice as big as it is now. And I think what they were talking about on the podcast last night with Rachel, that's what they were talking about. They were talking about, can't wait to see what it is in June. How big we've gotten in June because our bats are taking off. So especially in that U-trip, because everybody swings. A lot of people that swings the senior bat love them. I mean, it's just, but now we're funneling into that U-trip market. So I think that's going to blow up, just like the seniors blew up. I mean, it's going to blow up.
The U-trip has been gaining traction every day, and as we seen, we launched the Scared Christmas series, the U-trip USA Scared series. That was the exact same amount. 360 of each. The DDT USSSA 360 sold out in 4 minutes.
Wow.
I still have 1 or 2 senior scareds left. I think there was 2 left in stock tonight of 25.5 Grinch scared of the Christmas scareds left. So we sold out of the U-Trip in 4 minutes, and we still have 2 of the senior left. And we're known for to be a senior bat company.
Yeah.
Obviously, we're known to be a senior bat company.
Yeah.
So that tells us right there, our U-Trip stuff is very sought after right now, and especially right now the DDT models that are just beloved by USSSA players.
That's great. We hit that scared bat today because we got one. And I think at the end of the day, we put over 500 swings on it, and it was ready. You can hear it. It was like a shotgun going off. It was like, wasn't imploding. We cut the ball, like Murray said today, that I hit a ball into the street with that bat, that scared bat, that DDT, that 12-inch, and it hit the middle of the street. And Murray said, you notice that it's got that flex where you cut it. The cutters are going to love it at that 500 swings on it. And it was still, I still got it in my bag. It's in the garage, and I don't want anybody to take it because I think Mike Garibay wanted to pick it up today. And I'm like, no, that's going home with me, until my bat gets here. If I have to play a tournament or something, and my bat gets here. So that's it's good to hear that we're almost out, especially the timing and selecting the bats, because now they're out. And what comes next? The bats are coming out in January. So the new group of bats are coming out.
Yeah, absolutely. And what we found out also with the seniors is we launched the same exact amount of 25.5 and 26.5 in seniors and in U-Trip. Well, the U-Trip, the 25.5s are way more popular than the 26.5s. The 26.5 Grinch Scare Bat sold out almost immediately. The 25.5s are not as popular as 26.5s. It's flipped. So what we learned when you're doing half sizes in senior, 26.5 is more popular than 25.5. In USSSA, 25.5 is way more popular than 26.5. It's not even close. So, and it's kind of, so running the same amounts wasn't kind of working out. And that's something we've been looking at analytics and showing. And no, Sean, this is not your sweatshirt. I have a funny story about this sweatshirt. There was only a few made. Sean was working in here and left his sweatshirt in here, and Leslie packed it up and sent it to somebody else. She thought it was, he laid it down over where all the gear was, and she thought it was just an extra one. And sent Sean's sweatshirt out. It was the funniest thing ever. And
he's working.
Yeah, he's working. Like somebody got Sean's Christmas sweatshirt. Oh man, I didn't know it was his. I seen her when she did it. She was sending out some Christmas stuff, and we sent out cards, tried to get to as many people as we could. We have so many people. We literally ran out of Christmas cards and things, and it was so crazy. And in the middle of doing it, when we were doing all that with the Christmas stuff, is when my older son got in the bad car accident. Yeah. So I left and went to the hospital. So yeah, all you reps and people like that, we were trying to send out a lot of stuff for Christmas and just thank yous, and that happened, and it got kind of cut short. But there was so many people that we just love, who help us. And Merry Christmas to all. So if you're watching this, we just love everybody who helps us through the year and can't thank you enough. And I never thought we'd get at a point where you just want to thank hundreds of people, and maybe that's not possible, obviously, but yeah, the Sean sweatshirt thing was the most hilarious thing to happen around here in a long time. So anyway, at least he could have signed it or something. You could have got a signature Sean Thompson sweatshirt. So
that is funny. That's wrong, but that's pretty funny.
Yeah, it was just funny. It was an accident, but man, Dude, we got to laugh about that all day.
Let
So, but
go ahead.
go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Let's talk about something here. And I'm going to kind of go through this too. Me and Leslie talked about 3 years ago. It must have been about 3.5 years ago. And what I wanted from her was to develop a ball, and we kind of brainstormed on it. Develop a ball that would help you cut. That would help you cut the ball, because a lot of people are asking me, how did you learn how to cut? Well, I learned how to cut back in the 80s from hitting shitty balls. So the only way to get distance on any kind of shitty ball is to cut it. So you're going to get.
And you didn't work here at the time. I
No,
just
and
want
I
to
did
state
not
that.
work
Yeah.
there at the time. It was
And you reached out to Leslie.
I reached out.
And you could have reached out to anybody. I just want to state that.
Here's the deal too,
Yeah.
because I knew what she did. Like, she's a chemical
Yeah.
engineer, so I knew what she did and who she worked for. I'd already did background check on her and everything. So I wanted to see if she can develop a ball, because and I didn't reach out to anybody else but her. And I want to reach out if she can develop a ball that would actually help people cut, right? It would be the same size and the same weight as a regular ball, because there's a lot of balls out there aren't the same weight, right? So I want it to be the same size, because that has a lot to do with cutting if you're going to swing the same size. So you got to have swing same size ball. So I gave her all these specs on what I wanted to do. It helps you hit the ball. This ball that we have, right? This training ball, it helps you hit it harder, because what I think a lot of people hit too many high performing balls, and they tend to get lackadaisical in their swing. Like, they just get up there and they can just get up there and just do it whatever they want to with it, because the high performing ball, you get distance on it, so they don't have to try anymore. So I wanted something they had to try. They had to try to hit it out. You know, Brandon Murray talks about that. He tries to hit it as far as he can, which speeds up his swing, which speeds up white muscle fiber growth. So it's an explosive movement, right? So I was putting all these things into it. I'm reading them right now. It's something that I wanted. The big thing is I wanted to be resistant to water. Like, I wanted to be a one-piece ball and resistant to water, and it was a single mode ball, right? And if she could do that, she just said, let me work on it, right? And then, ta-da, you know, she came up with it and sent it to me. I bet it was weeks after I talked to her. There's so many other things. Water resistant. I want it to be durable and not crack up, you know, from hitting it so many times. Now, guys, this is the ball. I have not cleaned this ball. This is the ball. There's no cracks.
That ball is maybe 3 years old, and we've been hitting for 3 years. So
with senior softball bat reviews. So we're hitting the shit out of the ball with senior softball bat reviews. This is the ball. It has no, you know how a lot of these balls that you'll get that where the air is coming to the top, so it'll get a little bubble in it where you can grab and peel it off. It has none of that.
We still have all ours. Only me and you had some. So nobody else had.
Threw them in my bag, and it was an ongoing joke because we would hide it when we throw it, and the guys would hit it, and they're like, "Oh,
I seen it. Yeah, I seen it.
I wanted to see what they can do with it, and it worked exactly the way I asked her to do it. It worked great, where you had to spin it to get it out. You know, and it helps you swing. If you're hitting it, then that's the only thing you're hitting in the off season. You know, it doesn't damage your bat, right? You can hit it in 30, 40 degree weather. It's great for tee work. You know, these things like that you don't want to damage your bat, and you get up there. You can take them out of town. It's another thing too. I wanted a ball because I did play for Crush baseball. I did play softball for Crush, Texas Crush at the time, and we would always carry our balls with us. The problem that I had was we would crack bats whenever we do BP with those balls, because they would get waterlogged over the years, and we'd be taking BP in the morning. I don't know how many bats I cracked there alone hitting those balls. So I wanted something that people can get, let's say 24 of them, take them out of town. They don't have to chase them. They don't have to follow them, and something that won't crack their bat, and just get their hand-eye coordination down before they actually play the tournament. That was something, my idea. Guess what? She hit it spot on. She hit it like spot on in this. And then you were going to make them last year, right? So I said, well, hey, let's go ahead and do this. We were going to do it last year. You talked about doing this last year. What happened? We got swamped with bats.
Yeah, we missed our window, and we wanted to. We missed our window because we wanted to bring it out in the cold months.
Yeah.
And it's not that we won't sell them during the warm months. It's that when we launched it, we wanted to make sure that it was winter time. And when we got back from Vegas 2024, we kind of forgot about it and didn't put it into production when it was supposed to be. So this year we didn't forget about it and we got it in production. I'll tell you why I love it is because you don't, when you're pitching, it doesn't mess you up. It's the same exact weight as the rest of the balls.
Yeah.
So, you can pitch it because there's nothing worse than, even we made a set of BP balls that were real light. And every time I went to pitch that BP ball, I throw it deep.
Yes.
Because it's too light. And
Yeah.
it was real hard for me to throw that light to adjust when it's mixed in with the other balls. Now, if you just have that light BP ball and had 3 dozen of them, it was fine. But if you have it mixed in with the other balls, you're going to throw it high. I know Adam Fowler talks about they use that little pitching machine. If you get a ball too light or too heavy, it's not going to throw a strike.
No.
So these are the same weight as all the other balls. And I like it for the mornings before the games. Like when our team goes out there, Brandon will have you hitting at a dang Piggly Wiggly parking lot off to the side, grass area, and it's wet and grass this high.
Yeah.
And I have to take an extra pair of shoes, just take BP with Brandon in the mornings because there's so much water where he's just going to hit anywhere. We're going to hit. But you need the balls that don't fly far. I don't want to hear from my dang players about, I want to hit the hard ball at 7 o'clock in the morning. Them guys are hitting at 7 a.m. It's 20 degrees cooler. Come on, hit the foam ball, get your swings. You're just trying to crack your back, get going a little in the morning, come to the tournament ready. You shouldn't be trying to take batting practice at 6, 7 a.m.
Another thing, guys, you need to think about too, if you're doing that with hard balls in the morning because it's cool, you're doing it, you're destroying your bat before you in the tournament. So the bat may not crack, but it may have lost that much compression. And this is across the board, not short porch so much because we have Kevlar, but across the board, if you're doing it if you're doing it in the mornings, you just damage the hell out of your bats before you're playing. So why would you do that? Why would you damage your bat before you start playing? Because you got it ready to go there, right? Hit these balls.
Yeah.
Hit these balls and they don't do anything. You getting ready for that tournament is the same way you're gonna do when you first swing in a game. Just hit these. They don't go far. You can pick them up. And
you're gonna see everything. You're gonna see everything you need to know. It gives you instant feedback, trajectory, spin, everything. The ball just doesn't do damage to your bat, and it just flies a little less further. So there's no reason not to hit it unless you're just a psychopath who thinks they need to hit a hard ball before the game.
Brandon said this the other day, and I agree 100%. You've got to hit this ball right, because if you don't hit it right, you'll get feedback on it. So it actually help you correct your swing. Brandon said that the other day when he was talking about it, because you got to hit it right you got to spin it right, you got to hit it right, because it'll let you know what you did wrong. That's what I'm getting with that, and I'm getting with the ball. And Brandon's getting the same thing, the same feedback he is with that ball.
Well, what I like about it is instead of having to find a big baseball field, we can hit on a 300-foot field. Now, this is for the younger guys or the younger seniors. You can hit on a 300-foot field, and hitting that ball, it makes you feel like you're hitting in a stadium. So if you're going to hit that ball out of 300, you have to hit it great trajectory, great spin. You have to step on it. And then when you do go live and it's going to reward you hitting these balls. But I definitely like it. You can't always find baseball fields, especially in the season when the kids start jumping on all the high school fields and things. And I know this doesn't correlate to everybody. Not everybody likes to hit on the big fields. We do. So we can take those balls out there and hit on the smaller field and get the same feel for like we're hitting in a stadium, on trying to hit these balls out the park, which is really cool to me. Really cool.
What I see in a lot of tournaments we play out of town is everybody jumps on a soccer field. So what happens on a soccer field is you get crisscross. So you're hitting high performing balls, you're hitting into each other. So it's kind of like screwed up. They get in arguments like hit the other way. We were here first and all that other bullshit. This keeps you from doing that. This actually keeps you from doing that. So because they don't fly, you're just up there to get your swings. You'll be taking 300 swings anyway. Get up there and take your swings, feel good, get your hand-eye coordination into it, and that's it. You're done. Get out of there.
Absolutely. It's great balls, guys, and I, everybody thinks so. I tell you, the players have bought in. We have had just tons and tons of orders every night for the BP balls, and guys just say, "Hey, I don't want to damage my bats, and I want to take BP." And it's wintertime, so now I like hitting in 55-degree weather. I take the foam balls out there. I can hit. I'm not tired. You know, I don't have to drink 7 Gatorades like it's July out there. I can just hit, enjoy it, and keep hitting. And it's 55 degrees. That's okay. Cold don't bother me, but you know what? It does bother the composite senior bats for sure. So, and the USSSA bats, you're killing your compression. Bats aren't, bats aren't made. A lot of the USSSA bats aren't made to go 1,000 swings and hold compression anymore. A lot of bat review guys have been talking about it. That's just a thing of the past. The
Yeah.
bats now, you put 100 swings on them and they're gamers. So if you want to go out there and take 3, 4, 500 swings with your U-Trip gamer, now you can just use these balls and you won't lower the compression at all. They don't lower the compression.
Yes, definitely 100%. And we'll work on that Gatorade drinking whenever I get there, though. We're gonna fix that. We're gonna fix that Gatorade stuff that you're doing.
Yeah, energy drinks, sodas,
Yeah, we'll work
beer.
on all that.
Yeah.
I'm in house now, so we'll be working
Yeah.
on it. Yeah,
I might show up to Vegas Worlds 20 pounds lighter. I'm gonna be a bat boy. I'm gonna eat so healthy.
You'll be ripped. You'll be ripped. You'll be a ripped bat boy hitting them 400 feet. There you go. All right, let's talk about what you got on your left-hand side, my right-hand side, but your left-hand side, the bat.
Oh, man. So, guys, I will pop it up here. So, as everybody knows, we got 50 of these in. We have some more coming, but we got 50 of these in. Let me try to get it in hand. The big roller bag, as you can see, sturdy as hell, and holds a ton of bats. Leslie did a real cool. She did a real cool video today. So if you want to find out all about the bat bag, you can watch that. She got 50 in the day. This is her project. There was another feature she was hoping to have on these bags that hasn't happened yet. However, the black ones sold out. They were 25 black ones. They sold out in less than an hour. These are almost sold out, the red, white, and blue. She has some other colors and small roller bags coming now. And they're going to kind of stay in a constant shipment of them coming in. That's just what we got today. However, if you want a bag right now, they're almost gone. I'd jump on there and grab one. They went really quick. And we're going to have there'll at least be monthly production of bags moving forward all year.
Sweet. I know that's been a big demand on a lot of people out there because of how good they were made, how good that second batch was made. And
man, this bag right here is the best bag I've ever seen. I've never seen nothing that'll touch it. It'll literally hold everything, and it'll hold a 12-pack of beer in the bottom too. I'll tell you that. So it's great. I put 12 bats in it.
Don't even start with me, man. 12-pack of beer.
I don't drink while I play. That's not happening.
I know.
However, it will hold a 12-pack. I really like the sunglass holder, the hard sunglass holder on the top. I don't wear my glasses when I play, so I just throw them in it. It makes it real easy for me. I've been using the small roller, the backpack roller, and I just throw my glasses in there, and I don't have to worry about them or my sunglasses or whatever I have on. But it'll hold everything from shin guards to you got the helmet patch in the front. It just does it all. It is a very sturdy, well-built bag. It's a badass bag. Like I said, I've never seen one better. You may have. You've been around longer than me. I've never seen a bag better than this.
No, I have not. The closest bag I saw was one done about 3 years ago, and this one's 10 times better than that one.
Yeah, it is.
It's the sturdiest bag I've ever had.
Yeah,
know, it's a certain,
you can't even hardly push it over when you're
no,
trying to. So
no.
much less fall.
That can
And
be without any weight in it. I put weight in
yeah,
mine, and
yeah. This
it
one has no weight in it, and as you
yeah,
can see, it don't fall over. Yeah,
no,
well, it's one of them things when we're making bags, you just learn so much and you go through it. So many people wanted the short porch bags, and we've gotten better and better. And these right here is good as I've seen. And I'm sure Leslie will come out with something cool in the future. But
yeah,
right now, she's just doing different colors, kind of staggering them as people want different colors. And I think she did a great job. I really love the bag, and people must love them too because damn
they're
bag
selling.
sold out in a couple minutes.
Yeah, they're selling out.
Yeah.
Backpack bags, are we getting those in? I don't think anytime
Yeah.
in the future.
I,
This is a couple months, three
I
months.
don't know. So gray bat bags are finished coming. I don't know what color she did in the backpack roller bags. I don't think she told me. So I have no idea on that. So all those are on the way. So you know, I don't know, but yeah, this is a great bag, man. And, it's the future. And I hope she has something really cool, even down the road. I think she's going to have some cooler stuff and cooler stuff in general. I know her left field lounge thing is blown up, Dave. Her left field lounge it just went off over the last few weeks as people seen a lot of the cool exclusive short porch merchandise she did. So, she can just, put a lot of cool stuff together every month. And as people just more and more people join it every day, we're just shipping out tons of left field lounge stuff that isn't available on our website unless she just runs out towards the end of the month and has to throw, something else in there. But I think 99% of the time she has that exclusive jersey or sweatshirt or cage jacket for you already if you join. And every month after that, you'll get an exclusive that isn't sold on our website. And I'll tell you, this month's people seen was great. Last month's was great. And next month, I think is the coolest thing she did yet. So with that being said, if you want some exclusive, really cool stuff, go to the website, join the Left Field Lounge. And man, I'll tell you, just badass.
What do we have available bat wise? Because I know we have more bats coming in January,
Yeah, so
maybe
we
the end of
have
the month.
senior wise, we have the Sunshines, which is our number one selling senior bat right now. We have plenty of Sunshines in stock. And that's been our number one selling bat. We have OG blackouts, one pieces in stock in every size, I believe. We have the DDT your bat, just a few left. So if you want to get Dave's 2025 version, they will probably be sold out in the next week or two. And the 2026 is coming out, so it's perfect timing.
Yeah,
However, they're about gone. We have Brandon Murray Bayous on the senior side. That is, a steady seller of ours. The Blackout X is on pre-sale. They are finished. They are coming to us soon. Most of all of those are gone. It's the number one selling bat in America on the senior side right now. We're selling them insane amounts of them every day, and I don't know they'll I don't know much longer they're going to hold on. No more is in production for the next month. So when the Mexes get here and get sold out, there won't be no more of them. So if you're trying to get them, or if you're a rep, you might want to jump in and grab you some so you have them to sell, as it's the number one selling senior bat right now, probably in the United States of America.
yeah.
Past that, on the USSSA side, we have, I want to say we just have a few 27.5 blueberries left. If you're looking for a blueberry, we had a couple of the 26.5 pink jawbreakers left, just some odds and ends stuff on the two-piece side, as we are getting ready to launch the Scared After Dark, which could be as soon as next week. I'm not I'm not sure. We're trying to get a grip on that date, but the After Dark could launch next week. So also we have Fat Guy BP, my favorite USSSA bat. We had the Fat Guy BP in stock, one piece spin tech, and the Peach ASA Jawbreaker. If you're looking for an ASA bat, leagues are getting going, coming up. Reach in, grab you a Jawbreaker USA bat. So we have all that, and right now with our launch and coming up in the next few weeks is the Dave Velasquez, badass bat. You'll have to wait to see it. May be the damn loudest bat I've ever heard. And we on the senior side, and we have the Scared After Dark USSSA that may sell out in minutes, just as the Grinch did.
My bat has different technology in it. It has
Yes.
an upgrade. It's actually an upgrade.
Yeah,
we're not going to get into it, but it's
yeah.
an upgrade.
We'll go over it in detail.
Yeah.
Both these bats have the upgraded tech in them for next year, and that's why they're launching now. And they're really cool, badass bats. And then we're mid-month January, of course, we're going to launch the balanced DDTs on the senior and U-Trip side, first time ever, which is something we've been waiting to do all year. The autism bat.
Yes.
So, and I won't get past that. There's some more stuff in January past that, but that is kind of the news, all in all, for sure.
Yeah, definitely. Don't want to get too far into it.
No.
People start asking for screenshots of everything and then start putting it up. That's what I'm getting. They want to know what's the new stuff. What can I get a mock-up of it, And then by that time we get into it, I ought to be there. We're going to be able to get weight distribution numbers up on the website really fast. So that's another thing I'm looking forward to. A lot more video when I get there, a lot more podcasts when I get there, a lot more social media, demo days. That's the one thing I cannot wait to start with Todd, is a lot of his demo days that he's going to start doing, and we're going to actually collaborate together and then sell a lot of bats at the demo days. So definitely we're going to get into that going into 2026.
Yeah, we'll have the dates and start announcing and publicizing it coming up soon. We're gonna have a demo in Vieira before the D, and I believe the D and E Challenge Cup. We're gonna have a demo the night before it starts in Vieira Space Coast. I think that date's like the 21st. We'll do flyers and post all that stuff, and we'll be talking about it. I'll have that written down. Dave and I'll be talking about it every podcast moving forward. We were trying to iron down some of that stuff yesterday and today, but a lot of the people at USSSA and all these associations, they're kind of in and out right now, or maybe not, just working and coming back next week or the week after with the holidays. And we're going to be announcing the first ever short porch draft tournament, co-ed draft tournament that we will be doing late spring, summers. Not sure. We're trying to iron all that out. The ISSA TOC demo we did last year, we're doing again this year. That's coming up. That'll be the first thing we'll do. That's in January. We already have that date. I'm not sure off the top of my head. It is the night before the ISSA TOC, and it is behind the SSUSA TOC, that we are the sponsor of the SSUSA TOC, and every most valuable player at the SSUSA senior softball TOC in Tampa will receive a short porch bat.
Sweet. I can't wait. I can't wait to get there and start all this. To start meeting people and start talking about the brand, start the movement. So basically that's what we're going to be doing, is the movement whenever we get there. So just kind of talking to people about what better fit people at the tent. Basically what I was doing in Vegas. Basically that's what I was doing in Vegas. So can't wait to
absolutely. I don't think you're going to be here for the Sun City Winter Nationals that we're a sponsor of in Hilton Head.
Yeah.
But I think you might be a week behind that. Christian is going over. Everybody participating in that got a short porch jersey. and I believe we're going to have a tent set up selling, just, a lot of the short porch gear there. I know they wanted you there. They mentioned, about that, but I think you might be a week behind that. However, at the Sun City Hilton Head, which is a little small group here locally,
Yeah.
really nice guys. Dan McCullum, I think he heads up the Sun City softball club, senior softball club there. They have 500 members. It's the closest to us of any senior group. So those guys have been all in on partnering with us, and we look forward to just helping them grow their softball club, senior softball club here locally.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people interested. That's the one thing that I like. A lot of people interested.
Yeah.
You get to talk to a lot of people. So
Yeah, absolutely.
I cannot wait for that. Shit, I think we covered everything. Look at our list here. We got Brandon Murray's in. Did we talk about that? We hit that Brandon Murray today. That bat gets better and better every time we swing it. It just
Oh
lights
man,
it up every time.
you know, Brandon's he's been in he's been in Louisiana. He was hitting today. He's meeting with a college tomorrow, and he is, just doing his part for Short Porch out there, promoting our stuff. So a lot of our future stuff right now, as we need to make more and more contacts across the country when we get into the fast pitch and baseball that we're working so hard to get there in. And, a few years from now, it'll seem like so long ago, but right as of right now, it's going to be a new venture for us. And we're super excited about that.
I know he's doing a hell of a job. He's everywhere too. He's
Yeah. He
answering
travels.
questions.
Yeah. He travels well and knows more people across the country than anybody we have by far. When I was in Kansas City at the USSSA convention, so many people come up to me and they knew Brandon, from all across the country. They knew Brandon more than they knew anybody from Short Porch, which was really kind of new territory for me because we had done so much senior stuff, and the in the senior market. I mean, I'm not just tooting your horn, but it's Dave, 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 Dave. So everywhere we go, they just mention Dave. But at the USSSA convention, it was Brandon, 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 Brandon. So and that and I'll be honest, that week, with meeting all those people and them talking about Brandon, identifying Short Porch with Brandon, that had a lot to do with us talking to Brandon about coming on
Yeah.
and being here at Short Porch and on a full-time capacity. And I mean, that just says to his character and what he did throughout his softball career and all the people he met. And look at it now, it paid off for both of us.
Well, he's a great ad. I was excited that he accepted that offer and that he's going to be a part of us because he just makes it so much better. He just does. His personality just makes us. His knowledge makes us so much better, and his athletic ability, his athletic knowledge about everything, just makes it so much better. It's a hell of an ad to us.
Yeah, I mean, he's an intense player. Obviously, the most powerful senior player in the country. I don't think anybody denies that, or at least one of two or three. I don't know of anybody. I like to think I've seen most everybody play. Nobody's more powerful than Brandon, and he's an intense competitor and a humble guy who doesn't talk about himself much. And he checks all the boxes for what a pro type player should be. And with that being said, he can handle a lot of how we attack the market in a variety of ways, from baseball to senior softball, USSSA softball. He can really help us attack these markets and do things the right way. Because we always, Dave and I, we listen. Anybody talks, we listen, and right, wrong, or indifferent, and whether we think you're full of shit or whether we love you. I'll tell you what we do is we listen, and
Yeah.
we try to take everything we learn and go to market with it in the best way. And I think this year, for us, as a company and what we've been talking about, for us to meet our goals this year, we have to run more efficient. And as great as we've done things in the past, we have to do things a little better. So that's what we're trying to do.
The one thing I like about me and you working together, especially at a 10 or Todd, is that we'll listen, but we won't argue. We won't try to debate you. And we'll just sit there and listen to what you have to say, and then take that knowledge, to heart, and just listen to what the demand is for a lot of seniors out there that helps us grow. We're not that person that's going to sit there. It's our way is the right way. And this is you need to do it this way. No, it's just another way. And we talked about this 2 years ago. It's just another way of thinking that fits people into what would benefit you the best. And it's a different way of thinking, but we're always talking to people and always listening to them. We sit there and go, okay, and then we talk about it, and then, we don't sit there and argue. We don't sit there and debate you. We hear what you have to say and we use it. We basically use it.
And all those things help us get here. Did you ever think we would have bats in the market, a bat lineup like we have right now?
Never.
With the new blackout Dave signature bat that's coming out. It's it's insane. And we're going to get to that probably next week with the Blackout X and the Brandon Murray Power Bat. With the senior lineup, I'm just talking about the senior lineup because you were speaking of seniors. I never thought we'd have a bat lineup this good.
No.
The Blackout X, for what it is, for how hot it is, plus durability, is just an insane bat. There's a reason why it's selling out everywhere like crazy.
Let me say something before, because I'll lose it. But the tech that's different with my bat going forward, it's not a little one. It's actually a pretty major fix. Not a fix, but it's a major something that we applied that worked.
Absolutely.
So it's nothing like a paint job. It's nothing
No.
There is a paint job.
And it is applied to the After Dark. Yes, applied to the After Dark and the Blackout Dave Velasquez signature that's coming out. And we'll touch on it as much as
when we get there.
Yeah, when we get to that. And it's really cool stuff. It's our best foot forward for our best product right now.
And we're gonna stick with it, right?
Yeah, and man, the main thing is it's a better quality product, higher performing product for our customers moving forward into 2026. And guys, you've seen this sunshine. Talk about, we've been asked for a balanced bat with SpinTech for, we brought out the Oppo Taco, but we had been asked for it for a long time. And this bat right here is one badass bat also. This is a 2026 model. So, we just have a great lineup right now. And, we're super excited about it. I'll tell you, it seems like sometimes there's always one bat model that just kind of we can't get away from because people are dying to get it so much, and that's the Scared After Dark. So it was your DDT during the summer. We just couldn't get away from it. Even when we were trying to talk about the USSSA bats, it was the DDT Blackout. That's all we could hear about. We're getting hundreds of emails and calls. The Scared After Dark, kind of like that right now. And I'll tell you, as much as Dave, I'm sure, wants it to be hundreds of phone calls about his bat, what's really cool is this is a USSSA bat. And everybody calls us the senior bat company. So look at us now. The Scared After Dark, we can't even talk about something without the Scared After Dark coming up. And the calls and the emails and everybody wanting to go ahead and buy it. And we've seen what happened with the Scared Christmas series and Halloween series on the USSSA side. So I'll tell you, we're super excited that market has taken off. And the senior market is, we love it. and those guys come out and support us, month in and month out, and we put the best products forward. And the new Blackout DDT Dave's bat is phenomenal. We're going to get hitting that over the next few weeks, showing people. There's going to be videos. There's going to be a lot of information about the technology, and we're super excited about it. So just stay tuned for that. And I know the senior guys, they don't want the U-Trip bats anyway. So guys, we're gonna be showing off that Blackout. It isn't just gonna be the Scared After Dark U-Trip USA. When we're gonna be showing off the 2026 DDT Blackout right here soon. And it's going to be a lot of fun. Me, Brandon, Dave, Alan, Christian, we're all going to be hitting it and putting out videos and information on that bat.
All the bats for the next couple of months we'll be putting
out
a lot of videos on that.
Yeah, a lot of videos, and we'll be able to get all that out quicker once Dave gets here. So when the bats, before we release the bat, we'll have a lot more information out there on time. Versus where we might just not get a few things for a few days. So I know Dave will be able to get better information out there quicker, being here on hand in his office. So, so that's really cool.
I need a chalkboard. I don't know if Cage told you that. I need a marker board up on a wall like you got. In your whole wall, a marker board, like your whole.
Yeah, we have a 30-foot by 6-foot board, that you can write on with the markers, a race board or whatever. So we have a 30-foot one, guys, and let me tell you, that board right there is the lifeline of Short Porch, is it not? It is the lifeline.
Here's the deal, guys. He keeps the door closed. Like he'll keep the door closed, and if you see a peek in there, it's got all these equations and shit up on the wall, and it's got different diagrams and charts and shit. I couldn't even read it. Like I look at her, what the hell? He slammed the door in my face. Well, he didn't do that. I'm messing with y'all, but that's where the science is up at nighttime. You had a little lab coat in the corner too. He had a little lab coat.
I'll tell you, without that 30-foot dry erase board, we couldn't do life without the 30-foot dry erase board. Everything happens on that. It's so funny. I know everybody uses iPads and computers, and Lord knows we have plenty of that stuff around here. But if you really want to sit back, and if you're brainstorming and you're looking at things, and there's more than one of you, you better have that big dry erase board, and you better be putting it up there. And that's where problem solving happens. Companies have been doing that for 100 years. Yeah. And that's just how we do it. We put it up on the dry erase board, and we go through everything. And, it's all about, working together to get solutions. And I think, what a better way to do it and use a 30-foot dry erase board.
I agree. I saw it firsthand. I saw it. It's amazing. It's amazing. Got a wealth of information on it when I was there. I was like, wow.
Yeah, it changes daily, and I tell somebody too, if you're walking by and you have something important, and I'm busy, and we can't talk about it, you better put it on the dry erase board so we don't forget. Write it right there, and we'll get back to it. That way it doesn't go anywhere. When Erica really needs something important, she'll come in and write it on the dry erase board, and that way we don't miss it. Because Lord knows it's easy to miss stuff with all the crap coming through Short Porch right now. Man, the phone to ring through here, it's I'll tell you, it's like Amazon around here some days. So we have a lot of stuff going out, and especially, to get back to the left field lounge, especially with Leslie's left field lounge blowing up like it is, we just have so many packages we're having to ship out every day, and we're adding on that are new customers. So that's just something added on to everything we're doing, is taking care of the left field lounge customers. I will say, I will talk about this, and Leslie might kill me, but she's not here. Left field lounge is getting exclusive bat. that will not be sold anywhere else.
I heard that. That
Yeah.
was something you talked about the other day, and I was like,
Yeah.
holy, yeah.
Yeah. So, and that I will tell you this: if you're a Left Field Lounge customer, also, you may want to call in to order that bat. That's all I'm going to say. You may want to call in if you're a Left Field Lounge customer when you go to order that bat. They're really cool designs. Another hint for the future that I'll drop right here that only Bob Downs knows about. There is a rep only exclusive bat that is in production that will only be sold by the Short Porch reps. Dave doesn't even know that, I don't think.
No, I do.
So,
You
yeah,
told me
so
yesterday. You told me
I told him
yesterday.
yesterday.
And I
Okay,
thought that was
so
a
I
hell of
talked to
an
Dave
idea.
too much.
I
So
thought
there's a
yeah.
rep
Oh,
exclusive
shit.
bat that will only be sold by the rep, so they will only have access to it.
Yeah, they're
And
the
then
only ones
there's a
who get them.
there's two Left Field Lounge exclusive bats.
Yes.
And this is for Left Field Lounge, it's Leslie's way of thanking her customers and drawing more attention to her Left Field Lounge brand that she has done and worked so hard on. That is really cool. That is on the Short Porch Baseball Company website. You can go on there and go to the website, check it out. The rep exclusive bats, that is our way of thinking rep. So it's a USSSA bat where the margins are greater and they can, they can make more income from selling that bat. And Christian will get it. He's going to get the allotted amount. And when we release it, which will be probably 3, maybe 4 weeks before that bat even lands, I'm sure that the reps will sell it out like that. It will be
Definitely.
gone before it ever gets here. And that is just our way of thanking the reps, because I wanted to find a way to do something for them.
Yeah.
And I know a lot of times, especially when we get bats really good, really hot selling, stuff sells out and they were trying to get more. And that's just reality of it. We don't know how something's going to sell. We got bats in production every day, and some just do way better than others, right? So we're forecasting all the best bats, and heck, I wish they all sold out in 4 minutes like the scared
Yeah.
the scared Christmas one did, but that's not reality of it. We still have tons of bats in here right now. I know we have 1,700 bats on the floor in here for reps to sell, and they're doing a good job every day selling bats. But this will be an exclusive bat just for reps, and we won't sell it on our website. So the only way to get it is to go through a rep, and this will help the reps make new customers probably also too.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a really cool, and we'll find out who the reps that are really out there and have the customers now. We'll find out who the reps are who are doing stuff, and the reps are that maybe aren't really doing stuff with Short Porch bats as we launch the rep exclusive. So that's going to be really cool. I'm super excited about that. I think it's the coolest thing for reps we've ever done. And you heard it here first. All that's coming out in the next 5 weeks.
I think it's a great way to give back to them because they have been working. They're putting up a ton of video. We talked about this yesterday too.
Yeah, they
About all
really
the
are.
video that's been going up. A really lot of video, and they're actually contributing to a lot of our sales. Basically,
Yeah,
more
they
video,
are.
the more sales go up. So, and when it's easy to sell when you're selling a good product. I've said that.
Yeah, absolutely. And they adding all the reps as we just did, and we're still going through it. And I know a lot of all that's been worked out for Christian and Erica and Leslie. I don't deal with it personally, so if you're a rep and you're contacting me, I can't tell you no more about it than you. But those guys have been working really hard putting all that together and got it ironed out. So guys, this is our way of thanking you. And the bat is one badass bat. We'll put it out there. I'm probably going to let Bob Downs put it out and announce and show the bat for the first time, for the graphics and things like this, as he is our rep of the year. So.
Sweet. Let's make it happen. Anything
Absolutely.
Anything else
No,
we got?
man. How about a Merry Christmas shout out to everybody out there? Merry Christmas on Short Porch World. Thank you, everybody. Dave and I will be on next Tuesday. I will say this, I will leave it here, and I just don't know if we can pull it off. We are trying to do a New Year's Eve launch of the Scared After Dark. We are trying. With the shipping lanes right now with FedEx and UPS with the 2 holidays and everything, I just don't know. But I know everybody's asking about the Scared After Dark. However, if it doesn't get launched New Year's Eve, it will get launched sometime right there after everybody's asking about when it's coming. So it is here. The Scared After Dark is about to launch, and right behind that, we're going to launch Dave's 2026 signature and be talking about it.
A lot
So
of
what's the question for the bat giveaway? Hey, that's a Leslie thing. Couldn't tell you. So, they said we were going to do a bat giveaway today. Leslie said that.
today.
Yeah, so we got to give one away right now. So we need a question for a bat giveaway. All right. So let me see. Let me see.
Yeah, but this is
What?
kind of like, are you going to let who's going to get it? Is it going to let the reps get in it or come up with a
Oh,
question?
this will be the first
Everybody
person to the
answer that question.
person we see in the messages to get it right. The questions on any of Dave's platform, we'll go back to timestamp. If there's a tie, we'll give away 2 bats. But we will, we will look, and the first person that answers it correctly will get it right. So the let me see.
Think about it. Think about it, and what I do want to do, yeah, just think about it. What I do want to do is wish everybody, guys, it's been a great year for Christmas, and I hope everybody has a great New Year too. But Short Porch is just getting so much attention right now, and going into 2026, I think it's going to be a great year. From what I can see, because I'm really in tune with social media, I read everything that's out there, and plus what's ever sent to me. So that's another thing too. We're going to be, we're flying like they talked about on Rachel's podcast last night. Everybody's excited, about all that.
Absolutely.
I think Carson was on, Bryant was on last night, and that's where I got the helmet idea from, because I was messing with him when that was my idea, but I actually watched that whole podcast, and he brought it up about next year, about how everything's going and how big we're getting for next year. So, and I agree with him 100%. He wants to see what it's going to be like in June. How much growth we have, and that's one thing we have. We have analytics, so we can tell what kind of growth and where the growth is coming from, too. We're that in tune. We have our pulse. We have the pulse of the seniors and a U trip now, and then we're going to branch into baseball and then fast pitch. But we have our finger on the pulse. We know everything that's going on through analytics. What all the feeds are coming from, what part of the state, everything else is what it's coming from. So we know a little bit more. We don't talk about it that much because it's kind of like boring when you talk about that to other people. We talk about that in group or our Zoom meetings and stuff like that. But we know a lot of stuff. We know where growth is coming from. We know what we need to do. Kind of like the bat giveaway tonight, and then kind of like the what we're doing for, what we're doing.
I forgot. I forgot about it, but I do have the question for the bat giveaway, so people can go ahead. What was the name of the bat? The bat name of our first ever autism bat that was done a few years back. Any of the old school guys will remember this, with the autism bats coming out in January. Everybody's super excited about the first person to name the bat name of the very first autism bat, that maybe the only autism bat we did. So Ron Yeager put Big Daddy. I seen him first. So we'll go back and look at it, and There we go. It was the Big Daddy. A couple guys come in after Ron. So
Like,
we'll go
hang
back.
on, like 10 tenths of a second after him. 10
Yeah,
tenths of a
I'm
second.
sure. I'm sure Leslie. I'm sure Leslie can pot Ron and whoever said it with Ron a bat. And congratulations. But yeah, that was quicker than we thought. But yeah, a couple guys popped in there. Somebody popped right in there with Ron. So there you have it. So we should disqualify Ron. But Ron got some stuff sent out today he don't even know about by Cage actually. So,
uh,
Ron, your winning's already left. so but yeah, the Big Daddy. Man, I'm surprised that many guys knew that, you
a
know?
lot of people
So,
are still replying on
yeah.
Ron said give it away to a customer if you want.
Yeah, there was a customer that said it with Ron. Ron already got stuff shipped to him that he don't even know about today, actually.
Yeah. That's
So,
a great
yeah.
guy right there, but I know
Yeah, but we had the customer away with it, and Ron plays on my team, so he gets whatever bat he wants anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah, the guy who oh yeah, this Rob guy right here, Rob,
Yeah,
I think he
Rob.
said it for him. Rob, you drop in there, Rob, drop in there what size, and if you're yeah, I guess you're senior, so just drop in there what size you you swing. So for Miss Leslie. And but yeah, that the Big Daddy autism bat, man, it was a badass bat. I know you actually did a bat review on that bat, correct?
I did a bat review on that bat, and it was a badass bat.
Yeah.
That was a while back too.
Yeah, and you called it right. The Big Daddy bat, guys. And here's what's so cool. So I was 46 when I designed that bat. I built it straight on my swing for what fit me. I'd like to say I was a harder swinger then than even now, and I guess Dave would tell you. You would say I swing hard, right, Dave?
Very hard,
So
very violent.
Dave,
Violent.
yeah. Dave got the bat, did the bat review, and Dave said this bat is built for 40s guys. You 40 guys should buy this bat. And we didn't know each other at the time.
No, I didn't even know.
And yeah, Ron, you're definitely getting autism balanced two-piece. You know you are. So the yeah, so that was kind of funny as you knew because Ron swings the balance two-piece, plays on my team, so he knows he's going to get how to balance two-piece senior anyway. So so he'll be swinging that anyway. But I'm watching the video. We didn't know each other. I had no idea who you were, and you're like, it was one of the first bat reviews of the Big Daddy. Big Daddy was the first bat review you ever did, and you said, "Hey, this is great for the 40s," and I'm like, "Hell, man, I'm in my 40s. I don't know nothing about older ball. I'd never at that time. I still hadn't even been to a senior tournament, so it's funny how you nailed it. You knew." And that bat was built specifically for me at the time. It was really built for me and my swing, and it fit me great. And you called it as a 40s bat, and I'm like, shit, you know, I guess this guy knows something. And then on from there, I started going to some senior tournaments, and you seen what happened. We made the wig popper.
Exactly.
So, yeah, so we evolved. We evolved.
Yes.
But
Latest
but yeah.
right now.
Yeah, it got us to where we're at right now. So, but, and again, it's just listening to people talk and paying attention and learning. And I learned something that day because, man, I'm like, man, you know, maybe, maybe this isn't the bat for all the senior players. Maybe it was built. Maybe I was looking for what was best for me. And that's what I put in the market first. And Lord knows we've come a long way, and now we do the bat fitting and have all the kinds of bats. But hey, you can't really blame me. If you built your first bat, Dave, wouldn't you build it on your platform for yourself?
Definitely.
Probably.
Yeah.
Yes,
it would benefit me. Yeah, definitely.
yeah. So, but when I did that, 40s is such a small market, such a small part of senior. What happened is it didn't catch on real quick until we brought out.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, the wig popper made us mainstream as it was it really helped the older seniors.
Well, I think it was built before its time, before people started realizing the swing speed. And
Yeah.
you'd already built it for you, so that was your swing speed. But what happened was, you're right, it did not take off as much because my majority of people that I had were 50, 55, 60 years old, 70-year-old guys. So they were in tune. So when I said it was geared more toward the Mark Reeves helped me out on that review too, because we hit separately at a different venue. And Mark Reeves he has a violent swing too. He was just mashing it. And I'm like, wow. Like he looked at me and said, "This is the best bat I've ever swung." And I said, okay, he was in his 40s at that time too.
Yeah.
Oh, so late 40s, early 50s, and had a violent swing, worked out a lot. So that's how I came, we had that discussion and we came up with that. But you're right. The 40s are now taking off in the last couple of years, year and a half. It's 40s have been growing so much because there are a lot more tournaments out there. You can see them. They're everywhere. 40s are everywhere.
Oh, the 40s had a big year this year, I think. A big year. Yeah.
Yes. And I think that's because of what we do. We're attacking those 40s, 50s, 55, 60, 65, so even the 80-year-old guys with the OGs. A lot of 80-year-old guys are out there swinging that bat. I know because they talk to me about that bat. That's the bat I would put them in. Boom, they're going to buy it.
Mm-hmm.
So we've got that range pretty good within 40 years. We have that range. It's just helping out a lot of people. And that's where we've grown since then. So I think that's amazing.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's another thing, the one piece OG guys, if you're 70, 75, 80, if you play in that bracket, the one piece OGs, we have them here now. If you haven't hit that bat, you should really try it. And that bat really, really helped them guys,
Yes,
So,
100%.
absolutely. All right, man. Again, Merry Christmas. Thanks everybody remind us about the bat giveaway. Without Leslie, we don't even know what to do. It's their son's 21st birthday. I'm here doing the podcast. They're out partying. No, I don't know what they're doing actually, but but birthday cake and that kind of stuff. So, Ron says, when will the Christmas be back in stock? I don't know what he's talking about. The X, the X. I'm seeing the X and thinking Christmas is small. The X is for sale now, and they're already done. They're on the way to our shipping warehouse to ship. So the X we're selling them like crazy right now. How long they hold on, I hadn't checked inventory, but by far, like I said, it is the number one selling bat. Yeah, number one selling bat in America right now, the Blackout X. They are already finished coming to our shipping warehouse. As soon as we get them, we'll ship them out to the hundreds and hundreds of players that have pre-ordered the Blackout X. As we had to put them on pre-order because everybody was calling, just, man, take my money because I'm not going to miss it. So as people got to hit them. So it is, just what a badass bat. And we're real thankful that the Blackout X is out there doing its thing right now. So appreciate it. Matt, Merry Christmas. And I'll see everybody next week, next Tuesday. Tuesday?
Yes, sir. Yeah, next Tuesday.
All right. See you then.
Buddy. Take care. And again, guys, y'all guys been steady for almost 2 hours. That's effing amazing. There's no fluctuation, 5 maybe, fluctuation in numbers of people that we have up here. That's the growth. That's the movement. Guys, again, Merry Christmas. It's been a great year. Try to make next year a better year. Again, a lot of you guys hit the weights. Get ready for next year. You're never too early to start lifting. And a lot of guys that don't lift, I would suggest that you lift. If you want longevity, lift anything. I don't care what it is. If you got to do, table weight, if you got to do, your own weight to lift, get started, get slow into it. But definitely first thing you need to do is go to your doctor, get a checkup, run some numbers on you, make sure everything's working good. If you feel anything that's off, it probably is. So go get it checked. If the one thing a lot of my friends growing old, I always said, man, if you get any kind of feeling or you think something's wrong, go and get it checked, guys. Well, I want to see you here again next year when we're doing all this Christmas stuff and these giveaways. Definitely 100%. But guys, have a great year. We'll see you guys again before New Year's next week. So have a Merry Christmas, and I'll see you guys next week. Thanks, guys.